is so confused right here. So here's Amazon versus the NASDAQ composite. Similar patterns, obviously, starting, right? Very equal. And then pre-market, we don't show the NASDAQ, obviously. Then you have a dip and a bounce. On the bounce, you get back to the price point opening of the dip, and then you fall and break further. On Amazon, you get a dip and then a bounce. You blow past the top point and you go higher, and your pullback, this pullback extends beyond the bounce. It doesn't even get to the bounce. It goes to, I don't know, if we look at a Fibonacci. You can do fibs over all kinds of different movements. It doesn't really have to be entire market movements. So it doesn't even get to the, it gets to the 38.2, let's put it that way. You put a little tail through there. These are 1 minute candles, so we don't have to get too crazy here. They're going to go beyond points and whatnot. I'm sure if we put a 10-minute candle in there, it would probably show, well, we could put a 5 minute in there and see what it looks like. Yeah, the 5-minute candle closes are right on the line and right on the line. So Amazon is obviously way stronger than the market here, and is not a short candidate at this point. In fact, if the market can find a bottom here, we showed you the QQQs where we thought we'd bounce at. These are old channel charts, and they're pretty damn accurate. You know, a lot of guys are using bottoms of candles. You know, they would say, oh, that's the VWAP here, whatever, the bottom here. Let's get rid of that. But these are channels that we draw from way back, and they still hold perfectly. I kind of think you're going to get a bounce here. This isn't a lot of energy off these bounces. It feels like the NASDAQ wants to go even lower here. We're not cycling with the energy we do to the upside. This has been nothing but a fade since pre-market. You could have a short-term top here in the market. So, caution for sure. Let's look at some canaries in the coal mine. There's no bigger canary over the overall market industrial Dow Jones than the Caterpillar. It's up 2% today, but Caterpillar actually has an interesting one-year daily chart because it's kind of working its way through these Fibonacci's too, and it's trying to find its footing. If we zoom in and look at Caterpillar, we found the bottom here. We really try. This is a crazy. I've tried to mess with this stock, shorting it and going long, and it's a very hard stock to trade. Very hard stock to trade. But once again, you know, I'm using Fibonacci's from the bounce, not from the top of the stock where the stock market's been at. You can't get down to the bottom one; it wants to go the other way. Can't get to the top one, wants to go the other way. So you're kind of seeing the movements here. If we break 113.46 and hold that for an hour intraday, it could be an indication that the market is really not going to hold these gains at all, and we're really going to start to pull back. But it is too early to tell that right now because there is a lot of exuberance in the market, and it's a pretty feel-good atmosphere right now. So this trend might take a few days to play out, actually. Tomorrow might be actually a super tell on the market, which way we're going to go for this next leg. Have we completed this leg, or, you know, and is the market getting ready for a big move down, or at least a bigger consolidation pullback? I kind of think it needs it just to be healthy. So back looking at the Qs again. Trying to figure out what is going on here. We've kind of extended through that top channel and closed below it. Extended through and closed below it. And now we're right on it. I don't know. It looks like we're just running out of gas here. Yesterday was bad technically. My line gets skewed there. Yesterday was not good technically, and Gilead kind of saved the day. That's probably a reason that the market is kind of trying to figure out which way it wants to go here. It's a little bit positive, but undecided, you know. There's not a lot of follow through to the open here. So still kind of feels like a fade to me, if anything. I wouldn't be chasing stuff. We could be putting in a top here. Still didn't get to our target price. Got darn close. A little bit more to go on the downside in Gilead, then we'll cover that last bit. Let's see how mRNA is doing. That was a good short too out of the open. Look at that. I mean, you could have put your stop above the intraday, or above the pre-market at 50, and shorted this move at 48.97.49. You had 1 point of potential loss to the upside and 6 points to the downside. 5 points, 5 and change. I like those ratios. So it's gonna be an interesting day. I just kind of think we fade throughout the day across the board, but we'll see. I am flexible.